This is a piece of wood, relatively heavy. I found it about 1.5 miles away from my house. I want to say almost 2 years ago. I made a short on it. I think it was around 60 pounds at the time. I carried it home from where we found it because I didn't want it to get taken by somebody else. That might be called wood hoarding or unhealthy behavior by some. Today my plan is to actually try to cut this. I would like to know how much it weighs first though. Oh, that's nice. 188 even. Let me grab my log. Holy crap. 241.6. Oh my gosh. Oh. If you've been watching me for any period of time, you'll know that I don't do math. Actually, whenever I do math, I don't do it well. 53.6, almost 54 pounds. Oh gosh, which means that it's lost about 7 pounds in 2 years. This is a large piece of wood. I'm guessing it's crepe myrtle, just because there's a lot of those in this area. It kind of looks like that. Can I cut this on the bandsaw? Is that even safe? Maybe. Probably shouldn't be witnesses for this, but that's kind of what I was worried about. Is it binding in the blade? Should have thought this out. Luckily this is off. Bandsaw is off. So. Oh, that's too bad. That's completely bound up. And so it won't go forward. And it won't go back for the same reason. I'm hoping we can wedge this open enough for it to slide through. Cool. This is hilarious. Okay. There's not a lot left there holding on. I'm impressed by the resilience of this. I want this portion down here. So I'm just going to take it over to the bandsaw. Wait. These are just a beater set of chisels. This really should be cut on the bandsaw into a circle so I can continue. I do not have another bandsaw blade. I want to try to trim off some of this, but I don't want to hurt myself. I don't even remember if I turned anything in 2025. All right, we're around 200 RPMs here. one big chunk over there. That's mostly rounded. Got another big chunk right here. So I found a little block of wood and I just need to cut it. The really funny thing about all this is this would be so much easier with a bandsaw right now. I mean, I have a bandsaw, I just don't have a blade for it. Okay. Whoa, right. I have that at 2,000 RPMs. Okay, settle down. My fault. Settle down. This is an unusual piece of wood, and so it's going to have an unusual look to it, but overall I'm happy with the shape of that. So let's flip it around so we can hollow it out. This is going to be an interesting hollow job. So this is my first time trying to film this when I've got this big old laser right here. I'm thinking I can put you guys up here and maybe get a good vantage point. Oh, I think I just lost a big chunk. Here you go. You can see there's bark under here. So, excuse me. You can see there's bark where it pulled loose. There was very little holding that on. So, I'm not going to feel bad about that. I don't think that was a me fault. I think that was just part of this piece of wood. There's almost nothing holding that on. So we just got ourselves a nice design change here, and it is what it is. Now, we've got a really unusual shape to this part as well, just because of, you know, the wildness of this bowl. So I want it to sit nice, but have a really interesting profile. And I think we're getting there. Here we go, here's our final shape. You can see a really interesting shape here with the bottom. Very low at this point, a little higher here. Good hollowed out section, beautiful grain to the wood. Really happy with that. Definitely do some sanding with my power sanding setup. I'll try to get the outside here. And I can definitely do the middle. I'm gonna have a hard time coming up onto these sides here without ripping at this bark. And I don't want to lose any more of it. I'm gonna have to do a lot of this work on the walls and the transition by hand. You know, this area, all of this round area here, I'll be able to hit with the power sander, but then I'm gonna need to do pretty much all the rest of this by hand. Okay, more sanding. I don't want to mess up the work I've already done on the lathe, so I'm just using the power sander to get rid of the ridges, and then this kind of stuff obviously. And once it's all got smooth transitions, I'll move from the power sander to hand sanding. Actually looks pretty good. Is it perfect? No. What do we call imperfection? Charm. All right, so let me clean up all this charm on my bench and then we can get to finishing. My found wood bowl. As I said, I believe it's crepe myrtle, but I'm not positive. So if anyone out there has a guess, let me know. I was really surprised by the color. I was not expecting it to turn quite so red. It's really interesting looking. So I put a coat of wipe-on poly on here. I ended up with 4 coats, sanded with 800 grit between 3 and 4. I didn't want a super high gloss. This is a decorative bowl. This is not something you would eat out of. You wouldn't put food in this. And the grain in here is super interesting. It's been a while since I've turned, and so it felt kind of strange at first. I did fall back into a rhythm. It felt normal. There was a bunch of tear out in lots of places, and I had to do a lot of sanding. It's not perfect. I'm really happy with it. We do have a rule here, which is no resin in January, a rule that I've broken many times, but I'm really happy that we didn't break it this time. I really enjoyed turning wood. It was really fun. I definitely think I want to do some more turning in 2026. When I was going back and editing the footage with the bandsaw, I was like, why didn't you just try to wedge it open and pull it out at the time and save that bandsaw blade? It's funny when you're in the middle of something, sometimes the simplest solutions don't occur to you, but honestly, it's good footage and it was just a bandsaw blade. Something amusing did come in the mail yesterday. My 2 new bandsaw blades, so yeah, I'll definitely keep those stocked. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys next time.